This episode is brought to you by Old Navy.
Shop Old Navy activewear for the fam in-store and online at oldnavy.com. I've got some news, you guys.
Yeah, and he was like, show me your left hand.
And you guys witnessed it on the podcast.
What the fuck?
Ryan and I are moving in together. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. I'm Danielle.
I'm Brooke. We are thrilled to be here with you on this wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday. We're feeling wacky. We're recording at like a different time of day than we normally do, and it's going to show in a good way.
It is. It's also like really a current episode. So when we are...
So current?
Yeah, when we're recording, like this is very much so in real time. Normally we have like some time for
a couple days.
Production, you know, they need to handle what they've got to do. We're like recording this just a few days before, so it's very like, you know, what's happening with Danielle Carolyn this week?
What's happening with Brooke Pichu this week? Like, we're literally recording this on Monday. The episode's going up Wednesday. So I if in a perfect world, we would do this every week because we love being so current with you guys. I feel like people always ask us, like, everyone's been asking. We do, if we do like batch recordings, and we hardly do because we just want to like keep you guys up to date.
Yeah.
And like we both post on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok and everything. So it would just be out of order.
It would be.
It wouldn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
The gal pals.
Yeah, but I'm here with Tate McCrate today, who's going to break it down. No, with the long hair and everything. But you said you're removing the long hair. So
say goodbye to the long hair.
Why?
I just want to like live
Danny.
My summer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get. So like,
so
without the maintenance of the hair extensions?
Yes. So next week's episode, I'll have my hair in. And then after that, for a few weeks, I won't have my extensions in. I like planned for this. I'm going home to Tampa, and then I'm going to Southern Illinois for like our family reunion.
Extensions.
It's not extensions time. I just want to like slick back my hair for a month and be okay. Like I can slick it, but it's a very challenging process. And I want to like jump in the pool and not have to wear. I want to use regular sunscreen. My God, I have to use mineral sunscreen because it literally will turn your extensions pink. It's happened to me before.
Only with blonde extensions? Pretty much?
Probably, yeah. Or like a lighter colored extension.
But you have to be very careful about like the chlorine in it, right? Because it like or salt water, like everything, right?
The chlorine adds to it. That's not as much of a problem for me as it is the sunscreen.
I see.
Yeah. So, but anyways,
maintenance. I mean, it looks fantastic, and we've been waiting for you all summer.
Yeah, they'll be back. The girls will be back.
Where is your natural hair like up to these days?
We're gonna find out tomorrow. But I think
reveal.
It's like I don't even.
Okay,
know.
no need.
It's just really it's a lot thinner than obviously all of this.
Yeah, that's definitely what I deal with sometimes is like, you know, I show an inspo picture for my hair. Like I have an inspo picture. And I'm like, it doesn't look the same. It's like, because I have like probably half the amount of hair that, and it's because the inspo picture they have extensions in. You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
but like also you have to have inspo for something, and it always ends. You literally got your hair done the other day, and you were like, oh my gosh, I actually do look like the photo, and you did.
Yeah.
So
we had a great hairstylist, so I feel like she like made hair appear. Like, she was.
They're magic.
She was making it appear. But you've been on the go. You've been traveling.
Have I?
Well, you did a few weeks
ago.
Oh
yeah. Well, where were you at the same time? No, you weren't
I was
traveling.
hosting.
You were hosting. Yes, we both had weekends, and we've been wanting to catch up about them. Brooke fully influenced me to go to Sandals. I mean, you guys witnessed it on the podcast. I
can't believe I had that much power, really.
You sold me on it. So, yeah, we had gotten emailed by Sandals, last year or something?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yes, this December, I think, will be 2 years.
Oh, my God. Anniversary of the email.
More. No, now that I think about it, it was a really long time ago. And I feel like it just kind of like we were in a busy season. It was tour. It was whatever. So things kind of got pushed under the swept aside. Well, because we were like, maybe we could do it at the same time.
Yeah, they had emailed me, Brooke, and Katie separately, would love to have you guys at Sandals. So then Brooke and Ben coordinated it where he had time for school, obviously, to be able to go. And Brooke was basically like, I'll go. I'll let you guys know how it is. Then maybe we can all go back. And then Ryan and I Ryan was really wanting to go to Japan this year, and I was like, I don't think we can pull it together. And I was like, why don't we do Sandals, and then we do Japan next year. Then we put together that you and Ben want to go. Yes. So we're gonna hopefully get into that planning soon. So it was just like a really nice trip. So Ryan and I ended up going to Jamaica, Sandals, Dunn's River. There are 7 Sandals in Jamaica, I believe.
Oh my God.
7.
Now, this might be a dumb question, but how far apart are they? Like, are they...
Well, for example, Katie Bellotti was there the same weekend as us at the Montego Bay location, I think, and that was like an hour and a half from us.
Got it.
So, but I don't know...
How do you even pick?
There was one pretty close to us because some of the people, would be like, oh, you guys going to, I think it was called Ochi. Are you guys going to the Ochi resort for dinner? We're like, there's so many restaurants here. Why would we leave? But there was one that was a little bit even closer. So.
Oh, and you could you have access to all Sandals?
Yeah, you get to, that's like the draw to go to the one we were at because you could take the shuttle to the other spot. Yeah, because we have so much to talk about with like Sandals lore.
Sandals is a journey. Like
it's like when you went to Disney and we talked about Disney.
It's like from the start, there's just so much to get into. Like, and if you know, if you've been to a Sandals before, you know Sandals. Like,
yeah. And it just all goes back to the fact that I was going to go to Sandals with my grandfather and you were dying laughing and I didn't understand why.
Danielle, everything at Sandals is themed around couples. Everything, there's the heart-shaped pool, there's the heart-shaped mirror, there's the rose petals, everything's romantic. The fact that that's like there are maybe some friend duo like groups or something. Maybe
there were a few, and I do think it depends on like which resort you go to. Like I was texting simultaneously with Katie Bellotti the whole weekend, comparing and contrasting, and she said hers was like there was definitely a lot of like younger couples, but there was also a lot of groups, whereas ours was very much so. When we first got there, I was like, oh, I feel like it's a lot of honeymooners, and Ryan was like, maybe like 8 couples. I said, no, I think 95% of the people here are on their honeymoon. And that was confirmed at the end. Yeah. And which you wouldn't think is a problem per se, but when you're also a couple on this trip and, Ryan attracts people. So we'll just be literally getting into the pool. Someone goes, hey, go dogs, or like some immediate conversation, which was so fun and great. But then it's like, oh, you guys on your honeymoon? And I'm like, no. And I feel like, didn't someone ask you on your Sandals trip something about engagement?
Yes. No, he said, show me your left hand. Because
was Ben at the table or did he go to the bathroom?
Yes. No, he was at the table because I had like the hand chain on. Yes. And he was like, show me your left hand. And I was like, no, I'm not engaged. And he was like, I just wanted to see that piece of jewelry.
Oh, that's what it was. So he didn't ask, but you thought.
No, but there were definitely couples. I mean, ours was an older crowd, though, I will say. There was a lot of, like, couples that were married for a while or like, maybe second marriage, honeymoon. Like, it was
like vow renewal, anniversary.
Yes.
And you had warned me. You were like, just letting you know this is not, like, going to be party vibes, whatever.
No, it wasn't, like, a turn-up trip. Like, it was very much so, like, sit by the pool, go to an early dinner. Like, they play music and there's, like, a DJ, but it's not, like, rage. Like,
break it on. And I was like, perfect. Like, that's exactly what me and Ryan
a little R&R.
A little R&R, Sandals Resort, like so good. Yes. So I said to Ryan, because Ryan is a little bit of a mover and shaker. Like
you said he doesn't like a sit-down vacation. He doesn't like a chill by the pool. Yeah.
No, but I told him going into this, I was like, by the way, it's going to be a really chill vacation. Yeah. Like, like it might get a little sleepy at times. That's what Brooke told me. We literally check into our hotel. We're in our hotel room, and you hear people outside. They have like hype people around the pool, around the swim up bar. It's like, everybody, it's shots time! shot. And
did they bring out shots?
There's shots. We were still we were like in our room, but we could hear it from our room.
Okay, this is just a completely different case. I went to Sandals St. Vincent. The rooms are not around the pool. Like, the pool's in a completely separate location.
Didn't you say you, like, bike from place to place? Like, it's far?
I was, like, riding my little bike, like, putting stuff in my basket. I was like, I'll go get provisions from the market.
Which is so your vibe. And what I wanted.
It was great. It's like, and I could get behind, like, a turn it up trip.
Of course you could.
But honestly, like, I probably need more people. Like, if it's just Ben and I, like, that's not, like... He's no Ryan in terms of like the energy levels, like, attracting. Like, when you say this, like, it's never my experience. That's never been my experience. Like, he just attracts people. I'm like, no, we just like sit by ourselves. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Ryan is so that guy.
I don't know. I've never been that like, it's always been him. It's just how it is. We're sitting at the bar. He's literally not even speaking to someone, and it's just
it's an aura. It's his aura.
It's an aura. Same with like my mom. Like, people just talk to my mom, and like, I don't know. And I think I do give off like closed off vibes, because I do think that, and I feel like you feel this way too. Like, when we're so on when we're in the city, like, we're talking, we're at events, whatever. So when we go travel, I just want to like close off and not talk to anyone. Not that this sounds like so terrible, but
no, but you're there on a couple's like that. That's the idea of the trip, and like going into it, you're like, I'm here with my partner. Like, it's not that you're like, I don't want to make friends, but you're like, we're here to connect. Like, we're here to spend our time together. Like, you know, I don't know anybody else here. Like, I literally don't know anyone else except for this person. So I'm going to talk to the one person I know.
Exactly. So I think I just went into the trip thinking it was going to be that vibe. And so did Ryan. And then it quickly wasn't. But so a lot of people there were on their honeymoon.
Okay.
So a lot of them, like, when you're on your honeymoon, you do want to spend a lot of time together. So we were also really careful to towards the end of the trip. So we did end up making friends. Vacation friends, which is so fun.
Was it like a group? You found a group of friends?
Yes, there was like a couple. Like, there were definitely times where I was like in the chair reading my book and Ryan would just go play and like hang out with people.
The other like ladies be reading and stuff too? Or like
no, they were in the pool. So...
Oh, cool girls. Okay.
Yeah, well, because again, they're on their honeymoon and stuff. So I think
they're
like
romantic.
I felt like bitchy at times. It's like, I swear, like I just like really just want to read my book. I was so into it, whatever. But then there were times like obviously Ryan and I would get in the pool together and whatever. But it was just so funny. We were just dying laughing at the situation. But Sandals itself was so lovely. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, like it was beautiful. I love that it was all inclusive, like not having to pay a check.
Just not having to carry around money or credit card or anything. And it's not like, oh, you should tip, whatever. Like, it's truly all included. Like, they really make that clear. They're like, nope, seriously, do not worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing.
It's all covered up front. I mean, we did tip our butler.
Yes, of course.
Really nice.
But at dinners and stuff, like I've stayed at other all-inclusives where you're like, what do I do here? Like, you know,
Me too.
What's the protocol?
And then the waiters are kind of like, yeah, you could tip us. And then you're like, wait, what's
so you're like, okay, so I just have to carry cash on me on my trip,
right.
You know, and you
I know.
want it to be sort of, so it's nice.
It just needs to be clear. And Sandals makes it very clear, which I really do appreciate. But it was so lovely. So I'm so happy we went. I just thought it was so funny that it ended up being so many honeymooners. Oh, but what I was saying is, like, I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes when people would say to us, like, oh, are you on your honeymoon? Or maybe, you know, we're here in the city, like, oh, are you guys getting engaged soon, whatever, and you say no, and it's like, I don't feel bad for me or any, like, you know,
like,
it's
yeah,
like, sorry, I said anything. I'm like, no, it's not a sore subject.
Yeah, no, it's not a pity me. It's not a, like, I'm gonna be okay. Like,
that's just how it felt. Like every time they would ask us, like, oh, are you good? You know, because when you're waiting in the pool, you can't see the hands. I could see people trying to see my finger if I had a ring. And so I'm like, no, we're just here for fun, a couple's trip, and like they couldn't wrap it around that we were like there for fun.
Yeah, I get that.
So funny.
I think it's also like a level of like, it's a really nice trip. So like that's what I told myself. I was like, it does make sense that it's like, this is like a trip that people like really, really like save for and like plan for like years in advance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
especially their honeymoon, and they had all the excursions booked. Like we were just there for a few days for fun. Really so grateful.
No. But I feel like some people go for a really long time. Some people are there for like a week and a half, like 10 days.
Yes. Yeah. Like they were burnt to a crisp.
I told you the people were burnt there. I did say, I was like, everybody's burnt, and it's crazy.
Because they're there so many days in a row.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was the funniest thing. We didn't get burnt because we had a photo shoot, so I was like, I cannot be burnt next week when we're back in New York. Yeah, so that was like really.
Okay, first let's talk about the vacation friends, and we'll talk about the photo shoot. So the vacation friends. So like you guys.
I meant photo shoot you and I, but yes, we also had that photo shoot.
I thought you meant the Sandals photo shoot. She's like, damn, she really took that shit seriously.
No, I did not take that seriously. No, vacation friends. Yes, we met some friends that also went to Georgia. And
did you happen to just meet?
We were, again, Ryan, this was all Ryan. I'll give it to him. We were sitting watching, oh my God, there were shows every night, which was so fun.
Our Sandals experiences were so different. Like, you know, you're like, there's entertainment, they're doing shots by the pool. Like, I swear, like, mine was like a little DJ situation,
you told
more chill vibes, you know. It was
jam band.
Like yelling to an empty crowd, like, how y'all doing? And like, no reply, like, you know.
No, not in Jamaica.
Mine was definitely more relaxed crowd because it was kind of like a 2-part resort where there was like almost like condo style rooms.
Okay.
And like a big tower.
Yep.
And then there was like the
villas things
with the bikes and stuff.
That's so cool.
So I feel like maybe that's why, because it was a little different.
Totally.
Multiple pools. Did yours have multiple pools?
There were 2.
Yeah, ours had like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bigger. Maybe it was all bigger.
Right together. Like there was no escaping.
I see. Oh, see, ours, it was like, I'm going to go to the heart-shaped pool today. It was like, I'm going to go to the oceanfront pool today, you know?
That's very chic. I do like that. No, yeah, there were definitely lots of differences. And I'm like texting Brooke during the trip. I'm like, did you, like, was this, you know, I was just.
Like, the fire eating show was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't have that.
Yeah, we had magicians. We had, I got to say, the magician.
I mean, you have to go and
But I was thinking
expecting
like
David Copperfield. You're like, he's gonna make a card.
I was expecting more than just pick a card, any card. But no, that was. But the fire show was a hit, especially with the boys. But the first night we were sitting watching. Oh, it was the Arab.
Oh yeah, aerobics. No, not aerobics.
Acrobatics.
Yes,
oh my God, that was so.
There's a different. I said aerobics. It's
The aerobics, the water aerobics, the acrobatics show.
Wow,
night.
I cannot believe you had such a range. No, we had like a person doing like American song covers, and it was like, deep cuts. Like I was like, oh, I love that Ed Sheeran. Let's go.
Like I love that. I love that so much. Oh, we also had silent disco.
Which, yeah, what the fuck? We did not. How did you know which Sandals to go to?
I was presented either to go to yours or Jamaica, the Sandals Dun River, because it was like one of the newer ones, and so was St. Vincent.
Yeah.
And I just thought, okay, Brooke did that one, so I'll cover this location. Like, I don't know. I just felt I didn't want to like totally copy and do the same exact one.
Yeah, the same itinerary. And
I was just like let me.
Brooke rode a bike, so I rode a bike.
Yeah, it was just going to be the same content. Like, I did think about that. So that's why. But
I got married in Italy. You got what's the sound? It's like
I know what you're trying to say, but I just can't remember the word.
No, it's literally that.
We should film that.
Yeah.
But the first night was the acrobatics show, and we were sitting there, and a couple sat down next to us, and I don't even know what was said, but like it was like me, Ryan, and the guy, and then the other girl, and the guy.
It was your vacation friends,
and
then you got another couple, so then you got another group.
We picked up another couple on the last day that like they had become friends with at a different time.
Funny.
Yeah. So on the last night, we went to dinner with all of them, and Ryan had said to me earlier in the day, he was like, should we like ask them to get dinner with us? And I was like, honestly, like I was so down because when you go to dinner with the same person every night, I was like, sure.
Oh, I ran out of content on day 2. I was like,
there's nothing.
News?
The only person literally on this planet that I don't run out of content with is you, and that's why I have a podcast.
No, seriously,
like,
no,
it
is so true.
Person.
Definitely, no. There's definitely times I feel like that I'm around Ben. Like I don't think I feel like my parents are around each other sometimes, and they have nothing else to say. Like it's like. Okay, well.
Yeah, you like the food. Like, there's nothing much else to say. So we were both like.
The food's good.
Food's good.
Ambiance better.
Yeah. Like, we were like rating each restaurant, whatever. But so he was like, should we invite them to dinner with us? And I was like, so down. But they're on their honeymoon, and it was their last night. And I personally was thinking if I was on my honeymoon, like, I don't know, maybe I'd want it. But also, I've never been on a honeymoon. Maybe also at the end, you're tired of each other. So.
Well, it depends what day, how far into the honeymoon were they?
No, it was their last night.
Oh, okay.
And
so
our last night.
I could see him being respectful and being like, we'll give them, maybe they planned a big romantic dinner for the last night. Like, because Sandals is really good about like helping you with like surprises if you wanted to like do something, I feel like, or whatever. So I understand his thought process.
It was my thought process.
Oh,
Ryan wanted to invite them.
I understand your thought process.
Yes. I'm like, you think Ryan thought about that? No, Ryan's like, let's invite him. I'm like, Ryan. Like,
one last night.
Yeah. I was like, you think one last night? They're probably like one last night of our honeymoon before like we go back to the river. So we agreed we wouldn't. And he was like biting at the bit to like say something else.
Oh my God.
But then he was like, what if we invite them to drinks before? I was like, okay, yes, let's meet him on the roof. There was like a rooftop bar that no one really knew about. So we invited them to the roof.
And we did not have a rooftop bar. In the Sandals scene.
There were a lot of bars at this one.
Really? I mean, there's no shortage of bars, for sure. Yeah, no. Everybody's sunburnt and everybody's drunk. One thing about Sandals.
With their, like, Yeti cups. Yes. And they would refill them. And, by the way, everyone drinks the most colorful drinks.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's like a, all-inclusive. And when you're out
I
just, don't order a sex on the beach every day.
I definitely, when I first sat down, oh my God, what was it called? My couple friends that I made, they're like, you got to order like the chunky monkey or whatever. So of course I ordered it. It was delicious.
Oh, I'm sure it was delicious. Wait, I think they had that at ours
Yeah,
too.
It was good. Like
Is
a
it like a
banana.
cream color? Yeah, it's not like colorful, but it was tasty and
I mean, you
fruity.
drink one of them and you're like, oh my God, I just inhaled. Like,
that
it's
was
not
a lot.
something you could like get drunk off of, I feel like.
No, definitely not.
I got brain freeze, I have brain freeze.
No, it was literally, I got one mudslide. Like, that's what I drank.
Love a mudslide. Yeah.
Love a mudslide.
Love a pina colada. Love a daiquiri. Honestly, I love a frozen drink, but like singular one.
No, I agree. But not at this place. Everyone was just ripping all day. They had a drink called the Bob Marley that was like literally like 3 different colors. It was beautiful. It was like green, yellow, and red. So pretty. But like they were just ordering Bob Marley after Bob Marley. Like it was so, I say this all impressed.
Yeah. No,
it was just so awesome.
For sure.
It was just such a vibe. But so we invited him to the rooftop party. We all went, and Ryan and I had internally planned to go to the Italian restaurant on the last night. That was already our plan. And one of the other couples was like, okay, we're going to head to dinner. Like, we're going to blah, blah. And we were like, oh, my God, so are we. And then it was like, okay, are we all just going to, like, walk to this restaurant? And then the people on their honeymoon said, do you guys want to join us for dinner? And we were like, yes, we do, please. And then the other couple joined as well.
They're going to think back on their honeymoon and be like, and that girl that, like, does social media and, like, her boyfriend
no,
loves
literally.
George over there. Yeah.
Also, like, was totally trying to fly under the radar about that. I was just like, we're here on a couple's trip, because we were. And then Ryan, after a couple drinks, was like, yeah, she's working for Sandals. And they're like, what? So then they're going to look us up.
They're like, you're being paid to talk to us right now?
Yeah, literally. They were like, so, and I do have to clarify, because so many people are like, you're not saying it's sponsored. It wasn't sponsored. I was not paid. It was not paid.
There was multiple campaigns going on with Sandals. I think
Katie was paid to be there.
Yeah.
I was not.
I was not either.
Brooke was not.
I didn't get the...
We just got, like, the free trip, which was so fun.
Oh
and
my
fun.
God, amazing.
We just wanted to
I'll
go.
take a free trip any day.
Seriously. So
yeah,
great.
No, love it.
I texted you and Katie. I was like, we have to go back to a Sandals.
Yes, it would be fun to go with friends, because once again, like you do. I think they do a really good job of, even though mine was a little more chill, like there are so many activities and things, and they do scuba, which you did.
Yep.
Free scuba included.
Snorkel.
Oh, sorry.
But
Snorkel,
also free scuba
sorry. Yes.
if you're certified, which Ben did.
Yes. And other like aquatic activities, right? Like, don't they do like...
oh my God. I mean, if you saw...
Do they do jet skis and stuff too? Am I making that up? They have like things going on.
I would look up... I mean, like I said...
God, let's talk about
it. This message is brought to you by Old Navy. As our lovely listeners know, we love being gals on the go, and that's especially true in the summer when we practically live outside. Whether we're going for a walk, playing with friends, or honestly just running errands, we'll be doing anything to be outside and enjoy the summer weather that we've literally craved all year long and talked about on the podcast. And when it comes to finding the perfect fits for our summer on the go, we are obsessed with Old Navy. I have to say, literally this morning, I placed a huge order on Old Navy for both myself and Ryan. We have a trip coming up, the two of us soon, and they just have the best summer styles. Like, I'm serious. Like, just you wait till we're stunting in our Old Navy. They have the perfect activewear that's both fashion forward and functional. That means you get to wear all the cute, bright colors like poppy blues, greens, pinks, purples, while still enjoying a fabric that is sweat wicking with a non-pinching waistband. And for the lovely moms listening, Old Navy is the activewear destination for the entire family. So while you're treating yourself to that pair of kaleidoscope print leggings and a gorgeous top, you can also grab some cute things for the husband and kiddos. We made it through the winter, guys, and now it's time to feel and dress summer ready. Shop Old Navy activewear for the fam in-store and online at oldnavy.com.
How did that?
I don't think people understand when I mean, like, Ryan can't sit still. It's not like, oh, like, he'll sit and read for an hour. No, like, I'm lucky if I can get that man to sit. But I did learn from other, like, Katie was having the same experience with Jack, so it made me feel better. But he gets up, he's like, I'm gonna go check in. There's like these little mini sailboats. Did you guys have those?
Yeah.
And he was like,
sandals, like little like, things on.
Yes, like, and they'll take you out. And he was like, I heard earlier that like the guys can teach me how to, and I can take us out on the sailboat. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go check in. It's been like 10 minutes and I'm like, where is this man? I look up, he's walking out onto a boat with skis in his hand. So then I see him, he's literally just skiing in front of the whole resort for back and forth and back. First of all, he couldn't get up at first.
Was he the only one doing it?
Yes, like he just got some guys to take him out to go skiing.
Some guys to take him out.
And then he comes back.
That's crazy.
He comes and like takes a bite of his sandwich and then he leaves. And then I see him go and get on the sailboat. And then all of a sudden he's starting a soccer game on the beach with the staff. And then he's in playing volleyball in the pool. All in one day.
Was he creating these activities or like were they
Again,
like, hey... He just has that aura.
I saw the soccer part. The soccer, I was with him because we were just standing talking to another couple. And then this guy that worked for the resort came over holding a soccer ball. I was like, hey, any of you guys want to play some ball? And Ryan's like, yeah, let's do it. And then it was just the two of them and then this other guy we were talking to. And then boom, like every man ever, like, and they were like, girls, play. There was no, oh my God, the girl that ended up going in, she left because it was a ton of big men like playing.
Yeah.
Like, there was no way. So it was so funny.
I'm surprised you didn't get in there. Danny plays soccer.
If it was flag football, yes. Or football, not soccer. I hate soccer.
Was it a real like organized game?
No, it was like on the beach, but like
They're just kicking around a ball.
They're kicking, but like scary, no, bad. But then later that night we're at dinner and this guy goes up to Ryan and he goes, You're that guy. And Ryan's like, what? He was like, you're that guy that was doing all the activities today. I was amazed. I was seeing you ski and then in the volleyball and then this.
He's resort famous.
He's
Sandals famous.
Yeah, he was Sandals famous.
He's like the Sandals legend. Like, I'm sure that they're
his dream.
Yeah, they're like, yo, that guy. Like,
no, it was so funny. Also, he wanted to go snorkeling so bad. I forgot, did you do it? No, because Ben did the scuba diving.
Yeah, and I didn't know that I could like sit on the boat.
Well, you can't. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, so I was like, Ryan, I'll go snorkeling with you, but like, I'm not going to snorkel. I'm just going to sit on the boat and like tan. I thought that was a great idea.
I knew that the boat wasn't a tanning boat, to be fair. It was a fisherman's boat, wasn't it?
It was a fisherman's boat, but it was glass bottom, which was cool because it was like clear water. But yeah, so then I get on the boat and I was like, oh, well, like, I'm not gonna, we were like already there, like where they were dropping in to snorkel. I was like, I'm just gonna sit. And the guy was like, you can't do that. And I was like, panic. Like, I don't want to get in. And he was like, okay, it's fine. Just like, we really don't like people to stay on the boat because like if you get seasick, then like we have to bring everyone back. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Like I grew up in Florida.
Yeah, no worries.
No worries. But then I felt pressured. But it was only 45 minutes. Like,
yeah, it's quick.
It was fine. So it was really actually only 20 minutes of them in the water. So
what did you do? Just like paddle around or like?
No, I didn't get in the water. I sat on the boat. I couldn't get seasick.
Oh, that was the issue. That was the issue.
He was like, if you get seasick while you're sitting here with me, then everyone has to go back. And I was like, well, I'm not going to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like this is so much talking about Sandals. I'm so sorry.
No, it's a whole story. Wait, I want to talk about the photos. Yeah.
So was this a thing at your Sandals?
Yes, actually. And we had a photo shoot scheduled, but it was like the last night. I was tired. I was like, I got ready every other night. And I was like, it's just, I'm on my last night of my trip.
I don't have any more outfits.
I want to let my natural hair go.
Yes.
Like, I should have done it like one of the first nights because those were the nights that my hair was more like done.
Yeah. So like when you would go to dinner, were there photographers around?
There were photographers roaming. And then I knew like you could sign up and do like a session, like a true photo shoot session. We ended up getting some like one of the photographers, like we were taking like iPhone pictures, like, asking like random people to take them of us, and then a photographer like was roaming, so like stepped in. So we have a few. One of them like they reposted on the Untuck It like Instagram page because it's like Ben and I who's wearing an Untuck It, and like the photos are so high quality, it looks like an ad.
They look so ad like.
They photoshopped the background. Can we talk about that? Was yours photoshopped at all?
Maybe. Like in what way?
They so it was taken on the beach, gorgeous background, but like it wasn't like exactly sunset time, but they make it look like it's like perfectly sunset time. There's a guy walking with like a surfboard. They like Photoshop in. I swear.
Yes. Maybe they did that for us. I don't know.
I have to look because we took a lot of pictures, and then I like went to the photo place to like see the pictures, and there was only 2. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, where are the rest of the pictures? We did a ton of poses, but they only superimposed the people on the back of some of them. Yeah.
Well, it makes it look really good.
No, it made it look so legit. I was like, I don't remember a Jeep on the beach or a man walking with a surfboard.
Did you end up buying the photos? I need to see.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, good. The photos are so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I got one. I was like, we're going to do one photo. Yeah. But I think it's cool to have a roaming photographer like that.
It's genius, especially at a resort where it's mainly couples and they don't, like maybe you're not with a group that can take photos for you. I thought it was really cool. But at first, the first night we were walking to dinner and this photographer was like, let me take a photo of you guys. And we were kind of like I was like, I'll never see these photos, and you're just like not into it.
Yeah.
So we were like half-assing it. I have never, oh my God, we were laughing so hard. The guy, because they're pro at like couples photos.
Oh, they give you all they're like, please lean in a little more.
Yeah.
How about a kiss? Kiss on the cheek, kiss on the lips.
Kiss on the photos. They love it. So they were like, okay, hold hands. Now turn to the fire, look back at me. Now touch your noses. We were.
Touch your nose.
Brooke, we were peeing our pants, trying to like look at like.
Touch your noses.
We were peeing our pants,
like,
crying.
Ooh, like you guys are like touching your noses, like rubbing up against each other.
I ended up buying one of the photos because it was so funny just to like remember. So we'll put it in the newsletter. Yeah. We'll put it in the newsletter of us touching our noses. But
wait, you have the one of you touching your nose?
I fully bought it because it was so fucking funny.
Oh, that's hysterical. I didn't realize that I saw the ones that you guys had and they definitely were it was giving engagement pictures for sure. The ones of you guys like there's
on the beach.
The dip photo.
Oh my God. That was like us, like we had just put on sunscreen. We're on the beach. Like that's never when you want to take a photo.
That's such a raw state.
And the guy's like, let's take photos. His name was Sheldon. We ended up becoming friends. And he just had us doing all these crazy things. But then when we went to the photo center on the last day, we were like, wait, these are so good.
Yeah.
So I bought a whole package. Of course, they got me.
The full package.
The full package.
So were they photos from like little bits of the whole trip? So you never did like one photo shoot?
Well, then they convinced us. They were like, come on, guys. Like, you should really do like sunset tonight. Let's do it. And I had planned to slick back my hair, which I don't usually like to take a ton of photos.
I get
when
it.
You, like,
I know. That's how I was. That's why I was like, we're not doing the photo shoot. It's canceled.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It's canceled.
I was like, my hair is not aligning with the goals of the photo shoot.
Exactly. And I was like, sure, maybe. And then like when push came to shove, I was ready like at the time. And so we just went and did it. And it was actually really special, and it was really good photos. But it was so funny. They just kept making us kiss, and then they'd say like, hold it. Or he'd say something, don't break it. He would say, if we were doing a pose, he'd be like, don't break it. And we're like, okay. And then he'd like he'd say like, now hold her ring finger, and then he'd be like, oh wait, never mind, that doesn't apply here.
So he was just having you just do like he has his set of poses basically. Like, you know, pose sure. A, B, C, D.
Yeah, it was just so funny though. It's a great concept. I really do like how and the photos aren't like, some are cheesy and then others it's like, it's a great photo of us.
No, they're really like high quality photos. I feel like it's
high
nice.
Quality. They bring a flash.
I never like vacationed at places growing up where we did like family photo shoots, but I know people did that, and like
they did do that. Yeah, I didn't.
You never did either?
We just like always had like our camera.
No, same. But
you mean like the resort?
I feel like I never even stayed at a place that like they had a roaming photographer like that.
Me either.
Yeah,
definitely
because
not. Just like maybe when you're entering dinner and they've like the green screen.
I've seen, like
on cruises.
Yes, on a cruise. Yeah, I guess on a cruise, and I guess they do roaming photographers on a cruise. But I guess I don't have pictures from like when I was
the
young.
One hotel.
The one hotel. You know what I'm talking about though? Like people have pictures in their house, like of their family when they were younger. I literally have like my friends like from home, from college. Like I know their house, and they have like sets of photos, and it's like they wore all matching outfits on vacation, and you could tell the vacation photographer like took these pictures, and it was associated with the hotel.
Yeah, we didn't do that, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and I'm like, it's kind of a cute tradition, like to keep it going. But I
think it's very chic. I think it's very
chic. Yeah.
Specific, like one of my friends was like going to Nantucket. She's like, we're probably gonna do our family photos there, so like we're all matching. I'm like, that is so chic.
Wow, to like find a photographer. See, like that requires more thought and effort, because it's like you have to find the photographer. But these bigger resorts, like they have like the built-in like person that you could just like you literally book. You're like, we're doing 7 nights. Can I also get a photo package? Thanks. Like,
thank you. I love.
We gotta take the family Christmas card.
We gotta take it. No, that's sometimes, especially when you have a bigger family. Like, when are you all gonna be in the same room again? You have to think ahead for the Christmas card or the holiday card. So that was my Sandals experience. Thank you so much for inspiring us to go. We had the best time. So many funny stories.
I know you were like really living it up. Like I was like, I'm so glad that it's like such a.
We really
experience.
took advantage.
No, it's really like, now that I think about it, it's very like Ryan and Danielle coded. Like
is it? You think?
I think so, because of the activity level and the unlimited food and drink and the like whatever. I mean, I personally like that too. Like I like not having to deal with it. And also the selection. Like it's nice to be on vacation and be like, okay, like there's 5 places. Like I got to pick one of the 5. Like, you know, it's not too much planning.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about going off site. Like you're just
no off site action needed.
Off site. So while I was doing that, you had your bestie Mariah in town, which is so fun, and you hosted.
So fun. First time like really hosting her and her fiance for like multiple days, and they like stayed in my guest room. And I mean, I've done that in New York before. I guess like had people come and visit me when I lived alone. And they would like sleep, you know, we would do an air mattress in the living room. But like I have a pull-out couch, so I really got to like really make it feel like it was just a full second bedroom. And it was really like a true Brooklyn weekend. A lot of it was open because we knew that we were like doing one big going out night. So I was like, I don't want to plan too much for the next day because I'm a little worried.
Have to think ahead.
Yeah, I was like, we're definitely doing a dinner. Like, so we did a big dinner that night. But one of the goals, I guess, of her trip is, so she's engaged, and yes, getting married next May. And I think she already has her first dress, but she was looking for a second look because you know,
for the wedding day,
or for the wedding day, and then also just rehearsal dinner. Like there's other
white things.
Yeah, she was just looking. So we did an appointment at this place. I think it's called Grace Loves Lace. Grace Loves Lace. I think that's
definitely sounds very catchy.
I ended up like running into a few people in the city, and they were like, "You gotta go to Grace Loves Lace." Like, so I think it's like a spot. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I've never gone like bridal shopping with a friend before, It is so funny. It is so funny. Like, and apparently this wasn't even that extreme, but they, you know, you walk in, they're like, the door's locked. Like, they're like, Mariah, oh, come on in. You know, like they have it like all ready for you. You can't like just walk in typically and browse. Like, you have to make your appointment. You know, they shop with you. There's an appointment fee at most places. Do you know about this?
No.
Yeah. To try on like bridal, like real like bridal dresses, you know. There's an appointment fee. It can range anywhere from like $100 to like $200. I think it depends.
I guess that it's like a lot of work and they're pinning you in the back.
For sure.
Like they don't want you just to like, let's get drunk and go try on wedding dresses. They
because they give you they offer you champagne. And a lot of the time, actually, but at this place there was no appointment fee, which was like rare.
Oh, so, nice. Grace loves lace.
Love that. No appointment fee. But I think it's also, from what I've heard, these brides, because like, you know, I'm like, I like it. Like, we should take it today, basically. But you go to like 8 places and try on dresses, like a ton. It's not like the type of thing where
even if you love something.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta do my second checks and
that makes
make sure
sense.
that I whatever. But the sales associate like sat us down and she was like, okay, so let me just Mariah, I want to ask you some questions just to confirm I have the details about your special day. You know, she was like, so you're getting married in Georgia in May of next year, and your theme is like, you know, she was really getting
she really wanted it before you started trying things on or after?
Before.
Okay.
Because she wanted to make sure that like she had the vibe right and everything. And Mariah went in and very specific, and I think that's kind of what you have to do. I mean, if you're just starting, maybe not, but she was like, I know that I want like my second look, I want it to be like a little bit more, I don't want to say flashy, but like risque. Yeah. The first look is a little, you know,
fancy, fun.
Yeah, like, more.
That makes sense.
For the reception, I guess. Tried on some looks and it was just so fun. I was like, it's so funny. They have at every like chair section, like, you know, they have the curtain, the sales associate goes in with her to like really hoist her up. Oh yeah. It's all tucked, whatever. And then they like open the curtain, but sitting next to you on the couch, they have in every station boxes of tissues. So emotional.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I've never done that. I don't know what that's like. No. That you must have like loved.
I did love it. I was like, I felt it's like you get the thrill of like the try on. I'm like feeling like a critic. I was like,
no, I don't like the train.
Yes. Need like more flair. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We love Squarespace because they are the all-in-one website platform that's designed to help you stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or you want to scale your business, Squarespace is going to give you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. I just feel like it's so important to have like a central hub for all things you, whether it's just you and, you know, maybe you're applying for jobs and you kind of want to use it as like a digital portfolio, or you want to launch your brand. I think it's so important to have an amazing, beautiful website. That's why ours, galsonthegopodcast.com, was made with Squarespace. Danielle and I, as you guys know, we're not like tech pros or anything. We are just two gals, but we love that Squarespace has this amazing collection of cutting edge design tools and their Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's AI enhanced website builder. So we were able to really get started building a custom website in just a few steps. They have amazing SEO tools so you can get discovered. You can show all of the services that you offer and get paid. So if you have like consultations to events, experiences, and selling products, Squarespace really is it. I just think if you are looking to build a website yourself, Squarespace is amazing. I just love that. It's something that, you know, if we want to go in and update like, oh, we have more live shows or we're selling merch, whatever, like we can go in and do it ourselves. It really is so great. So head to squarespace.com/gals for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code GALS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Yeah, this isn't very Mariah, you know, like, oh my God. So did she leave with anything?
No. And she kept being like, yeah, I really like it. I was like, okay, so you're going to take it? She was like, not today. I was like, what do you mean not today? But I guess that's what you do. Like, it's really rare to like actually leave with something because you want to triple check, I think, and make sure.
But she's going to keep it in mind? Like, is there
there was like one or two that she's like, I'm going to keep this like in my top of mind.
Like, did you take pictures?
Yeah, we took pictures. And it was, I guess that, you know, you just keep repeating the process until you really know. But it's not like going to sell out or something. It's more so the time of like, you have to get it because it has to get into production.
Yeah. production.
And bridal shit's just so expensive. My God, I was like hearing the prices of some of these things. I was like, for a simple white dress, like there was not even a,
see you being like,
you know,
what?
Yeah. And she was like, I was actually expecting you to be like understanding of the prices. I was like, no, I am for like a special piece, but this was like a simple silk dress, you know?
I see. It wasn't like
I could justify it if it's like, and the construction is just
all
insane,
the embroidery,
and the detail,
and beading, and wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun though.
But it was so fun to do it like as a friend thing, and I feel like it was, she didn't really like, she has to really lock down like her first look before we can really like go. There's
definitely
a lot of moving pieces here, and I'm, you know, it's not my wedding, so I can only do so much.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you'll have her bachelorette.
Yeah, that's next year.
Oh, next year.
Yeah.
Right,
Year. Top of next year.
Top of next year.
I feel like the you of the friend group.
You're planning all this
for
stuff.
the mood board. No, it's so funny. There's two of us planning it, and my one friend Alyssa is like, she's like literally everything. I was like, she's chief of finance, operations, management, and then I'm like creative and vibes. Like that's literally
vibes. Your chief vibes officer.
Yeah, that's the planning committee.
That's so funny because I feel like you've had a lot of Zooms because I was texting you the other day. You're like, sorry, I'm on a planning Zoom.
So many. I was like, am I needed to be on this Zoom? Because I'm like,
is creative needed for this meeting? So you're doing like the themes of each night and stuff.
Yeah, we're locking those down. They were like, Brooke, I need like an outfit mood board. I feel like you go to Mexico a lot, like because
I feel like Brooke's traveled a lot.
Yeah, they were like, I feel like she would understand.
But see, that's like so crazy to me because I know we always joke like when it comes to trips, you take a step back, but like you're so like you always think ahead and you actually plan a lot.
Yeah,
so
I know
it's
what
so
you mean.
funny to me. But I guess when there's someone else, you're like, I'll turn my brain off. Like,
no, she was like, I mean, this is like, you know, she works in like consultant thing.
Yeah.
So like it's literally like her job. Like we get on the call and she's like, you know, I've spoken to like Karen at the resort about 3 times. I'm like, holy fuck, I didn't even know you spoke to her one time. I feel so bad that like I've been.
No, but like you can just be there as like the sounding board.
No, literally.
And vibes.
Yeah, I'm like, do we like that theme? Like seashells and bitches, whatever the fuck it is.
Seashells and bitches.
Because the themes are so like that.
They're so like that. Like, oh my God. That's so funny. Is creative needed on this call? Let me know. I can hop on.
I was like, I've gotta log off early.
Can everyone see my screen? I'm sharing my screen.
I did. I like started the Canva, but it needs to be updated with the new colors, new color palette.
Okay. Yeah. I need to hear this after the show.
Yeah. We need to lock it down. I like your shoes, by the way. Are these new?
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Can you tell? They're like so white.
Yeah, they're really.
They're DSW.
Like, it's giving like first or second week with them.
Yeah, first week. First time wearing them, should I say? Or not first time today, but like first week wearing them, and I'm obsessed. I've worn them 3 times already this week. I love them. Thank you. They're little New Balances.
I like a New Balance. Yeah.
I like the shape. They're a little more feminine shape. I always go for like a boxy, and so it's nice to have a little round toe. If you're not watching on YouTube, you should be watching on YouTube.
I feel like I like the look of like the New Balance. I like them on men too. Like I feel like it's a cool look. Very
it's not as sporty, it's more
vintage.
More vintage.
No.
I don't know how to like explain it, but thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm glad you had a fun weekend.
Yeah, no, and it's fun to host. It really is. Because then I was like, wow, but I like forgot. I was like, you know, it would be like, okay, so what's next? And I was like, oh shit. Ben, what's next? Like,
what's next? Ben, what are we doing now?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Like, let's take them to, you know, this thing or whatever. It was also like raining and shitty. So it was like, that was, you know, like a rain plan in New York City. You've really got to go rogue. You had a rain plan in New York City for a friend's birthday.
Yeah.
You got to like make a total rain, like then it's like, okay, what are
we were supposed to go to Coney Island and then we pivoted to do matchbook shadow boxes. So
yeah,
you have to do what you have to do. We started a list on my phone now of like a shared note. I can add you to it of rainy day activities. Because you know, you always think like, we should do that when it rains. And then you're like, what was that thing I said I was going to do? So yeah, this weather in New York has been actually disgusting, and I'm getting a little mad about it.
Yeah,
getting a little angsty. Like I don't like. Yeah, we're used to it in the winter, but June in New York is supposed to be nice, right?
That's in my opinion what's supposed to turn the corner. I think like
my God,
really.
It needs to turn the corner.
I think after this point, like hopefully when this episode goes up, I hate to talk about the weather, but like, you know, you do pivot to your weather plans. Wait, and then you did an escape room. Can we talk about that?
I had such a Brooke day. We did the matchbook shadow boxes, and then I
chief of
I was chief of creative vibes. It was actually sweet. Delaney texted me this morning, and she was like, "Thank you so much for like making me do something for my birthday because she like doesn't like to celebrate." And I was like, we got to do something. And it ended up being such a fun day. But as a joke, I was like, oh my God, by the way, the matchbook place is right around the corner from Margaritaville. LOL, we could like go there. And everyone was like actually down. So we walked over to the Margaritaville Times Square. Have you been? Didn't you go to an event there? Okay, you stayed there.
I've stayed there, yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought it was supposed to close. Do you remember that? I feel like a year or two ago, people were like, save Margaritaville. Like,
of course. Of literally course. Like, that's what we're worried about. That's so funny. I don't know, because it was very much in full swing. We went to the roof, and we like had the food and drinks up there. And then someone brought up the idea of an escape room. So we just called someplace up and went to the escape room. We had a whole day.
So fun. How did you find one? You just happened to Google it?
I knew of one. I had just walked past one. I like kind of slayed. I can't lie. Like I really.
That's a fun day. So did you like the escape room? I've always wanted to do one.
You've never done
one?
No. You would love it.
I know.
I enjoyed it, but we had also like been drinking a little. So my brain, it was really tough. And it wasn't a private room. So it was us and it seemed to be two girls on a play date with the mom who was like standing in the corner, just like
children
observing. Yeah, like they were in middle school for sure. And then us were like coming in hot, and I'm like, guys, don't say any bad words. Like,
oh my God, a bunch of like drunk girls celebrating someone's birthday. That's hysterical. I didn't realize. I thought it was just your group.
Well, yeah, because I like didn't show them, but yeah, it was it was us and then 3 people. But it was really funny.
You have to work together.
Really have to work together. I got one lock open, so that was really a really big triumph for me. But yeah, no, you would definitely really like it.
That's so fun.
It's fun. So it was fun. And yeah, just kind of vibing this week. You're going to Palm Tree Festival this weekend?
Yeah,
I can't wait to see.
We're booked in biz.
Did you find an outfit?
No, not yet. I have to lock down, chief of
vibes. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
I've been loving pickle, I have to say, especially for festival fits, because I feel like it's like they're very specific. You wear them once, you take pictures, you send it back.
Pickle's a lot even easier in the summer, just because you just need like a dress or a set. It's not like a whole look.
Yes.
That's nice. Well, while you're there, I've got some news, you guys.
She's got news.
Another bomb to drop.
News. Boom. Boom. Here comes
we bring the boom.
Let's talk about bras. Let's go there, guys. We're going there. We're getting intimate because this changed my life. This being Skims. Skims in general. I love their bras so much. I'm always asked as a larger chested gal, what bras am I wearing that have that lift, that have that support that you don't see under a tight t-shirt, which usually is also Skims, by the way. And it's Skims 100%. I have a bunch of favorite bras from them. One thing that I've learned that my mom really instilled in me is that you have to wear the right bra for every outfit, right? So the Skims Ultimate Bra is truly great for like those moments when you want to feel confident and supported. It's unlike other push-up bras that can be like bulky and heavy. This one is going to lift. It feels so natural, so supportive. I can't believe it because I already have such a large chest. I never thought that I would be someone that would benefit or like even think to gravitate towards a push-up bra, but the Skims Ultimate Strapless Push-Up Bra is incredible. I've been wearing it so often, pretty much every time I have to wear like a formal dress or anything like that. I feel like normally it's like a strapless or like a weird neckline, so I gotta wear my strapless bra. But the strapless push-up bra, gosh, it does something for you. If you go to my Instagram, you're gonna be able to see pictures of me in this bra. I wore it a lot on tour as well because it really just like lifts, supports, it doesn't fall down, and it also just like makes them look good. You know what I mean? There's no need for sticky boobs. Like, this is amazing for all of the strapless tops, even if you have a larger chest. I'm telling you guys. So you can shop the Skims Ultimate Bra Collection and more at skims.com. I feel like it's so hard to find a good strapless bra. So seriously, check out the strapless push-up bra from this collection. So it's the ultimate strapless push-up bra. Larger chest approved, okay? And after you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. We love Skims so much. Please do this, guys. Select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. So once again, that is skims.com/gals.
Guys, I'm so excited. Ryan and I are moving in together.
People are like, thank God.
Yeah. No.
Like, why won't you just move in with Ryan? I don't understand. It's a sign.
I know. I've been so annoying. No, Ryan and I have decided to live together. We decided, like, basically when I was hit with this news, it was just like a lot to process. But within like 2 weeks, I think Ryan and I were like, all right, well, my lease is up, your lease is up. I don't want to move into another space alone. Like he was maybe going to move into the apartment that I'm currently in. And then we were like, this is a sign. And I was talking, you were like, Danielle, I feel like all signs are pointing to this. My mom said the same thing. Katie's
therapist.
My therapist, that was the big one. She was like, Danielle, like, let's rip it.
All signs lead to Ryan.
All signs lead to Ryan. And it felt right. It was the first time where I was like, no, I feel good about this. Because last year when it was coming up, it just wasn't feeling right, and I did not want to move in with him and then resent him. Nothing to do with him. Just like
you weren't ready to like leave that chapter of your life
for whatever reason. I just wasn't ready, but I am so ready and I'm so excited. So that apartment that I was talking about the other day that we found, and we went and toured it together. And I'm just trying to space things out, because it's fun to announce things on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you, and I'm happy that it was a decision that you feel good about. I feel like that's like the most important part. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a big step in the relationship. I feel like you learn a lot about someone.
I'm so ready to like learn about those few little things that I don't know, because I think I know everything. And then even like, so when we were at Sandals, I was like, your bathing suit's on the floor. Like, is that going to stay there? Like, It's like, no, normally I don't do this. I'm like, okay. So it's going to be funny. I'm going to have to ask you for some advice for that. But that's also why we got a 2-bed, 3-bath.
So nice.
It's going to be so nice. I'm going to have my own bathroom. Ryan will have his own bathroom. Like, he'll like use the primary bedroom bathroom, and like, he'll have a toothbrush in there. But like, it'll just be good for like when he gets up before me to go to work and like just do his like shave. Like I don't want the trimmings on my sink. Like we're just I'm really grateful that we can do that. So that'll be in his bathroom. But I say all this about this weekend because he's moving in with me this weekend to my apartment until my lease is up, because someone's actually taking over his room. So it's actually nice for him. He doesn't really have to like move.
That's
he just
nice. Yeah.
has to move out of his room, which is awesome for him. I'm really jealous. It's really exciting. So he'll move in with me this weekend, and then because we go to Tampa and Illinois next weekend, so we just had to get ahead of it. He'll move in with me this weekend. It's going to be tight quarters for a second because like I'm in a like I'm full. I'm full. There's no like room.
Yeah, no closet space. No
the closet
space. Yeah.
So we were talking that through last night. I'm gonna pull out my clothing rack, and he'll be able to hang up some things and use my coat closet a little bit, but it'll be tight. But then from there, mid-July, I'll move out. We're gonna put our stuff in storage for a month. We got an Airbnb for a month in Fidei, which will be fun to have a little Fidei.
There's like so much going on. I feel like in this story, like I know it, but it's like it's gonna be a chaotic 2 months for you. Just buckle up, buddy. Buckle up, buddy.
Buckling up.
It's already like when you're in flux and
change.
transitioning. And I remember hearing that, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't, we're moving in together. Who cares? But it definitely was like, there was periods of like, I feel unsettled and like, oh my God, how is this going to work? And like, it's like growing pains, I feel like. And then it's like, that's at least was my experience. And from what I've heard from friends and stuff. I
planned for this. Yeah.
I feel like it's resonated with a lot of people. They're like, yeah, there was some growing pains of like getting
used to it. And if there's not, you're dumb. Like you're crazy. You're not dumb. You're
but we're used to living alone. We're used to like living alone, being alone. So it is a big switch.
It's a huge switch. Like I like
a roommate again. You're like, oh my God, I have a roomie.
No, I know. It's like I'm going back to having a roommate, but it's a boy. Yeah. Never lived with a boy. I've lived alone for the last 4 years, and I lived alone a year in college. So it's just, that's definitely going to be an adjustment. But
you'll like it though, I think. And you'll have enough space. Your place is big enough that you guys
own wings if we need.
No, I do. I personally like that. I think it's really nice to be able to like parallel play or whatever, like, where it's like we know that sometimes we do it in the same room, but like you're doing your own activities like in the home
silent
together,
friendship time.
It's like okay.
No, I'm really excited for that for sure, and I'm just excited. Like he came over last night and we cooked, and it's just you get more creative about cooking when it's not just you eating.
Chief creative.
Get creative. You can create a mood board. Like it was fun knowing he was coming over last night. We were gonna cook, and he got the groceries. Like I can see that being a thing for us. So I'm really excited about that. And but it's just going to be like, first he comes in with me, and then we move out of that place, then we go to an Airbnb, but the Airbnb is going to work because 2 of those weeks I'm in the Hamptons and he's coming on the weekend. So that's why I was like, okay, really only 2 weeks for me. And then we'll move in.
There's a wedding in between.
There's a wedding.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So that's why we were like, actually, it's kind of nice we're not paying rent for like that period of time.
I think as long as going into it, it's going to be uncomfortable, like in terms of like because I just know you and I know your spaces and I know your stuff and you're like, I'm fine living out of a suitcase for 2 weeks. And I'm like,
I am not going to be fine, by the way. I just don't have a better option.
No, and it's not a bad option. It's more so just like, you're going to have a summer, but then when you move in together, it's going to be great. It can only go up from there.
That's the thing. When we finally get to move into our apartment, we're going to feel
so good.
It's going to feel so good, which I am excited to have that big contrast because we just rented like a 1 bed, 1 bath in Fidei vibe. So we're going to, the biggest thing that's stressing me out is packing a suitcase for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or for 4 weeks.
The Hamptons.
And just having to know everything I could possibly need. And for the Hamptons.
When do you start that process? Soon.
I'm going to start that when I get back from Illinois. So, like, I'll have, like, 5 days before I move. I've started cleaning things out already. I don't know. Maybe some this week. I have a pretty chill week. But, yeah. So, that's the update. I think a lot of people... I also... when this is up, there'll be a video up on my YouTube where I like really go in depth of like I showed a couple apartments we toured and stuff like that. So definitely go watch that on YouTube. But I'm really excited and I'm so excited to finally like share that, and Ryan's really excited. It's just been so fun to think about. So we want to do an episode where people submit advice for like living with your partner because you're a year in, like, or not even a year in. It'll be a year in like September, right? So it would just be fun to do. Let us know if you guys want us to do an episode on it and just like basically giving me advice.
I think that it's a good episode.
And I want to hear people's stories and just tips.
Yeah, because you hear a mixed bag.
You hear a mixed bag.
And I feel like you always talked about how it was like important. I feel like people were like also like saying they're like she should wait until she's engaged to move in, and then you were like
things like that.
Yeah, no, like she's probably waiting. And you always said you wanted to live with like your partner before. I feel like you always said that. You were like, no, we got to live together, make sure that we're
gotta I'm just really particular. No, I love Ryan so much, and I don't know. It's just always that's always what I thought.
Me too.
Growing up,
100%.
So that's for me. That's my story. That's your story. And I think that's all we got for today.
That's all we got.
That's all we have left to give.
No more. Boom.
Boom. Next week will be a really fun episode, so stay tuned for that. We'll have lots to chat about.
Yes, and lots of content coming this summer.
Lots of content coming this summer for the gals. So
lock in.
Subscribe, heart us, rate us, whatever app you're on. Do whatever. Love us. Follow us.
We love
you. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.